Hey there friends, Tommy G here, and I just got done with another Limitless level, and this is my UltraRead recap. And what it was, basically I had my 5 books, alright, and a quick run through of each, spent 5 minutes on each one doing the UltraRead technique, and I just want to share with you, what were some of the takeaways that I had. So let's jump right into it. First one was Essentialism, a really good book, I recommend it, and one of the quotes in it was it was talking about a person like setting boundaries, and the quote was, "I've planned for this time and I have worked hard for it. I deserve to have it guilt-free." So what it was referencing that they were able to collapse time and get work done faster than the deadline, and then the client was trying to demand more of them because they were so efficient, and really setting boundaries there to be like, look, I've worked for this, just because, I'm not going to be penalized for this personal time that I wanted to create by overproducing on the front end. And I think that's a big message for modern day business and stuff like that, is that to really understand the value of your time. That's the biggest asset that you have. And that, whether it's all the work that you're putting in right now to buy back the time later in life, so you can enjoy the retirement type benefits, not wait until 65, but maybe in your 30s or 40s kind of thing. I think that if you really apply diligent work, that you can collapse a lot of time. So that one was a big one there, boundaries. All right, and respecting your time. Unshakable by Tony Robbins, another good one. This one's a little more in depth. I'm gonna have to kind of go through it again and again. But one of the things that stood out to me was he has, Tony's of course interviewed tons of people at the highest level for the related niches, and it talks about in the book like some of the 5 key characteristics of the top financial investors. And one of the steps was basically minimum risk, maximum return. That's the paraphrase version of it. He went into more depth of it, but really a lot of the big time investors, stuff like that, they take risk, but they make sure that those risks are minimum compared to the uptick, for those. So minimum, maximum, which is another thing that Mark talks about in Solomon CEO. Next one, Persuasion, Robert Cialdini classic. I find Robert's stuff is kind of hard to read. It's better for me to listen to it. And the Persuasion was just more so like the pre-framing and other things that people aren't consciously aware of can make an impact. They do some demographics where they show the backdrop of a website, and just simple changes in it influence significantly the kind of actions that were taken on that website. So Persuasion is one that it's pretty thick. And the thing is with this book, just FYI, it's not that big of a book. All this is pretty much reference material. The actual book content is only about half the book. So it's a little more daunting than it looks like. Next one, War of Art. This one's really cool, and I'm looking forward to diving more into this one. This was a quote from it. It said, "The professional tackles projects that will make him stretch." And I was talking about, your fear, your pains, and your passion run along the same nerve, okay? And by, really putting yourself, the thing that scares you the most scares you that way because it's also going to give you the most relief and the most joy. And it talks a lot about resistance. So this is a really good one. I recommend it, and I look forward to doing more ultra reading with it. And lastly, we got Seducing Strangers by Josh Weltman. He's one of the guys that produced Mad Men, and so a lot of that show was from his advertising secrets in his career. And one of his really cool ones, I think I have it marked here, was he has this graph. Let me show you. And this is a really cool book. It has a lot of neat pictures and setups. Let me find it. Maybe to have it marked. All right, I can't find it right off the bat, but it was talking about the 4 ad. Like basically, whenever he was writing ads for clients, they would fall in one of, oh, here it is. So this is a pretty cool picture. You're not going to be able to explain it all. But he said that these were the 4 main ads that he wrote. There's introductory, trial, differentiating, and mutual love and respect ads. So the big takeaway I had, I started getting a flurry of ideas for how my product and services fit into each one of these categories. And so it sparked some good ideas. I jotted down some quick notes on it, and I'm going to comb back through it to dive a little bit deeper on my next Ultra Reads into each one of these individual topics. So that is my 5 books of Ultra reading. I really enjoyed that level inside of Limitless, and looking forward to revisiting this one again and again.